In the aftermath of the devastating explosion at Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital, the 450th episode of Grey's Anatomy picks up where the season premiere left off. The hospital staff is still reeling from the trauma and loss, but there's a shared determination to rebuild, both physically and emotionally. As the surgical wing undergoes literal reconstruction, the doctors begin taking steps to heal, each in their own way. Though the process is messy and imperfect, there's a common theme: progress through community, vulnerability, and small, deliberate actions. 1 week later, trauma, denial, and the slow path to healing it has only been a week since the explosion, but emotional wounds are still raw. Jules is a clear example. She's visibly unwell but pretends to be fine, repeating "I'm fine" in a tone that suggests the exact opposite. Assigned to Winston's service and now mentoring new interns, she struggles to manage her emotions, especially while processing the death of Dr. Monica Beltran. Winston, trying to reach out, only causes her further distress, until their patient teaches them both a poignant lesson. That patient is an elderly Cambodian man whose body still bears physical remnants of the trauma he endured during the Khmer Rouge genocide. He never shared his experiences, including the surgical interventions he underwent decades ago, which have now led to a rare condition called splenosis, spleen tissue growing elsewhere in the body. The doctors can relieve his physical pain by removing the rogue tissue, but his emotional healing requires something deeper: connection and honesty. This mirrors Jules's own internal conflict. Jules has been experiencing panic attacks, managing them with grounding techniques like naming objects in the room, a strategy Winston also uses. But avoidance and emotional repression catch up with her. By the end of the episode, she finally opens up. Surrounded by fellow interns Simone, Quan, and Lucas, she holds a candlelight vigil in honor of Beltran. In sharing her grief, she begins to heal. Link, pushing through pain isn't the same as healing. Meanwhile, Link is trying, and failing, to recover by ignoring his limitations. He's in physical therapy following his injuries, but refuses to accept that healing takes time. When he pushes himself too hard and collapses, Joe tries to intervene, only for Link to lash out at her. Owen steps in with a reality check, reminding him that anger and grief have to be acknowledged, not buried. Link finally opens up, admitting he's angry at everything: his body, Joe, the death of Monica, and the losses he witnessed. He's grateful to be alive, but uncertain how to emotionally move forward. His moment of vulnerability becomes a catalyst for both himself and Owen. Inspired, Owen decides to embrace a new beginning, even as he and Teddy face separation. He moves into an Airstream trailer, reconnecting with a simpler life. Teddy, on the other hand, feels overwhelmed by administrative duties and disconnected from the operating room. Recognizing her limits, she hands over the chief of surgery position to Richard Weber, a symbolic and satisfying move, especially for this milestone episode. Ben and Bailey, calm in crisis. Outside the hospital, a construction accident provides one of the episode's most intense moments. A worker is impaled through the chest by forklift blades and left hanging in the air. Ben and Bailey, the real-life married doctor duo, step up to handle the crisis. Ben, now a fifth-year resident with growing confidence, suggests an awake intubation on site to stabilize the man. Teddy supports the call. Once in the OR, Ben leads the complex surgery alongside Bailey. Despite the life-or-death nature of the case, he remains calm and capable, even as romantic tension simmers among the surgical team. Simone and Lucas are on edge, still dealing with the fallout from their romantic entanglements. Lucas, hurt by Simone's recent one-night stand with new intern Bryant, lets his emotions affect his professionalism. Eventually, Ben kicks Lucas out of the OR, winning Bailey's admiration and respect in the process. His reward? Bailey appoints him chief resident. A proud moment for both. As for Lucas and Simone, their conflict escalates. Simone's sidelong glances at Bryant confirm Lucas's suspicions. Her random hookup wasn't so random after all. Their relationship remains unresolved and tense. The sisters, Amelia, Meredith, and Maggie, reconnect elsewhere. Amelia is spiraling. She blames herself for failing to save young Dylan Gatlin, who died in the explosion. Her guilt isolates her. She stays in bed, neglects basic tasks, and survives on shredded cheese from a bag. Her grief manifests as immobilizing self-loathing, and she's cut herself off from everyone. But her sisters aren't letting her go that easily. Meredith, back temporarily, takes it upon herself to help, and Maggie flies in from Chicago to join the intervention. When Amelia's broken washing machine gives them an excuse to get her out of the house, they head to Meredith's old home for some laundry and sisterly bonding. Amelia resists their help, but she isn't the only one dealing with big news. Maggie reveals she's pregnant via sperm donor and had been hiding the news out of fear that her sisters would disapprove. Instead, they offer nothing but support. Meredith acknowledges the challenges ahead, but reassures Maggie that she won't be alone. They'll be there for her, no matter what. The day ends with mutual healing. Maggie and Meredith remind Amelia that all surgeons face tragedy and difficult outcomes. They've all made mistakes, and Dylan's death, while tragic, wasn't Amelia's fault. This shared vulnerability gives Amelia the courage to return to Grey Sloan. She asks Weber for a sabbatical, not to run from the hospital, but to spend time with her loved ones and recenter herself. Looking back, moving forward, the episode closes on a fitting and nostalgic note. Meredith returns with her children to the hospital carousel, a symbol deeply embedded in the show's emotional history. She calls them extraordinary, echoing one of the show's most iconic themes. In this quiet moment, Grey's Anatomy honors its past while looking toward the future. This 450th episode is less about high drama and more about emotional reckoning. Through panic attacks, unresolved grief, broken bones, and romantic missteps, the doctors of Grey Sloan confront the reality that rebuilding doesn't happen overnight. Whether it's Jules finally crying, Link admitting his vulnerability, Amelia choosing rest, or Maggie embracing single motherhood, the message is clear. Healing is a process, and no one has to go through it alone. In the world of Grey's Anatomy, where tragedy is constant and emotions run high, this episode offers a rare but necessary pause, a moment to breathe, reflect, and take the first steps towards something new. Even when life is painful and uncertain, community and vulnerability are the tools that can slowly piece people back together.